Okay, so I've said this 3 times already. We are going to try to figure out Mardas' connection into everything that will transpire going forward. So right now we know, in fact, that he helped Freydin conquer the Murphos, conquer the people of the Murphos, right? That is an issue. That would be a problem. As for... Let's check on something real quick. 30. Why is it so loud? If you record me now, how big is it? It's still pretty heavy, so we're going to go halfway. I don't know. I think it's just... Fuck it. So we basically was trying to figure... Yeah, we're trying to figure Mardas out. If he helped Freydin, why did he help Freydin? And how is he working for the Slot King if indeed he's working for the Slot King? So, oh, maybe that fixed it. Because now it's like, yeah. But anyway. The weakening of the Forgotten King. It was a practice done in the Chantry at this point in history. But what is the connection from this to Mardas working for the Slot King? We know that Mardas aided Freydin in the vanquishing of the Murph Rebellion, but what of his gain in all of this? First, we must understand that Mardas is wanting power. He is a mage. He seeks the enlightenment of the knowledge that was lost to time. Though he has endeavored to gain this power, he also, however, works for the Slot King, an agent that could be connected to the Whisper. What needs to be understood is his purpose in all of this. He might have been tricked into this role by the promise, a promise of power that he so craved. He quite understands the Forgotten King is the power conduit that sits in the realm of creation. That would have been taught in the Arcane College of Abeko. The headmaster Gynasus saw the great potential in Mardas. This very noticing is how he was assigned to Freydin, the next true walker. He was to guide the prophecy by becoming the prophet. So now putting this forward raises a new question. So before we get to the new question, it would seem that perhaps Mardas has been tainted. If we're going to roll with this idea, I guess we'll just roll with that. Why did Gynasus allow this? So I had to explain, well, who the fuck's... Like, what's Gynasus' game? What's his role? Is Gynasus corrupted? Or is he clueless to what is really happening? The great battle that must finish between the Forgotten King and the Whisper would most likely be known in all of the Chantry. So in fact, it is very possible that Gynasus will be working to find a way to make this so. He could be caught up in the game, the great game, just like everyone else is. A very political, just backstabby bullshit. He could be playing the political game and the stew of villainy and backstabbing. He would be the king in this, but somehow altruistic as well. Would that be the case, or is there some dark magic or history to the rise of his power? So let me just highlight things real quick. I hate when it does that. It was understood that he claimed to be part of the descendant line of Odysseus, which would mean he is an Adine. So his connection to Freydin is that of blood. That would mean that he would either be looking out for Freydin's best interest, or be vying to snuff him out so that he may rise to power. That's tricky. If it would be the last, then he would have to ally himself with a darker force, and that would have to be a very particular mage, Mardas. Now, Mardas could be playing Gynasus as a fool, or be under his control. I would like to think Mardas is very keen and intelligent. He must be playing some sort of game that has included the old headmaster of the Adurix Chantry. With Freydin crowned the next true walker, or conduit of the Forgotten King, this would mean that he has control of all power that comes with it. Now, it is true that untapped, he would be a wrecking ball smashed through the fragile mortal realm, but with the leash holder, or rather the right leash holder, he may be of use to some individuals. Stepping in here would be of the Serpentine Order. The head of the Serpentine is the mysterious woman at the head of the House of Life, the derelict Titan. She would have much to gain if she would obtain this individual. This is where she had sent out her, and I was trying to remember the word. I think it was just masters. I'm just going to go with that. Send her masters. Yeah, that's a big problem. No. What would they need to do knowing this? Let me unplug it and just let it play. We're gonna let that play out. Play out loud, baby. Alright. What I was thinking was, they would try to intervene in this, right? The Serpentine Order trying to take away this king. Take him and use him for their own thing. So that's what she sent her master. They would try to intervene in this, but in turn, this would utterly destroy that which they have been building towards. The Chantry, I mean. Dude, I fucking hate. I really do. Like, really advertise. Really. How fucking evil are you? I don't... No, I'm not buying things. Dick face. Well, you want to buy Tide? No. Now I never will. Anyway, thanks for ruining that cut sucker. They have been building towards the Chantry. So, this would be destroying everything because of Freyden's death. And that's what Serpentine accidentally did, right? So, there would be this massive power vacuum. Like, literally. Not just because of this... You know, he's a leader, but also because of his connection to Freyden. Or, sorry, to the Forgotten King. So this is where we could see the opening of the portal, basically, and all hell breaking loose in Aval. That is because of the power vacuum, so it needs to be filled. What is the Serpentine doing about it? And then... what would the Chantry do about this? The Chantry will be trying to put Gynaeus in charge and make the right or wrong. Make the wrong or right. Though they would not understand that the Forgotten King is choosing Eris, the unknown child. That's what's kind of happening right now. And, Mardas... we retreated back to Ayavala in the realm of the bearded pygmy, to where the Slop King is. Why is the Slop King there? So I gotta figure out why the Slop King was there. I'm trying to remember what I wrote. Book 3 is Escape from Gaiavala Mountain by the hands of a sorcerer. He was sitting in his lab, feet up on a desk, very comically, notices Eris, to which he gives chase. Now it was described that he and his slop beings were chasing them out as if they were... out, and that is where, like in a dream, Eris exits the fortress that was disappearing around him. And this is where he falls ill from Mount Sickness because of the height. This is where the Slot King watches Eris flee. He then reports to the Forgotten King. Was the wizard Mardas? Yes, we believe he was. He was the prophet who told Freydin, so was his ascension to that role for some ill game? We're trying to figure that out. Was he be controlled by the Whisper? It is unknown. Let's see here. We have to figure out the Slop King and that realm, the bearded pygmy. The Dark Dream. I believe that could be... See, I don't know. I don't know what Freydin is doing. I don't understand his role in all of this. Is he playing the game so well? Why is he helping the... Freydin. Why is Mardas helping Freydin? He helped him fight a war in the Merfolk for what? What's there to gain? Well, that's where the barrier is. If we get rid of these wicked forces that are disrupting the barrier, maybe that would help the situation. Well, that's okay. That would work with Freydin, what he's doing. But does it really work with Mardas? Why is he attaching himself to this? He has been part of the Chantry for how long, right? He's been working with the Chantry positively. What's corrupted him? Is it of late? Is this something new? Or is this a craving of power that's been happening over time? I like to think that it is. That he might have had good intention when he joined the Order in the beginning, but at this point, maybe he's... the corruption's setting in. Maybe the Whisper found him or something. I don't know if he's connected to the Serpentine plot. I like the idea that he's not. I like all these different groups all being thrown into chaos. Like, well, shit, what do we do? And so the Serpentine Order accidentally kills him, and he's like, well, fuck, now what do? Well, we gotta get this kid. That's the next one. The Chantry's like, well, shit, we gotta get Gynaeus in power. And they're trying to figure out to fill that hole. Mardas, that works with the Slot King, they realize, hey, this is the one. This is the reason for it. We got to get him now. And then we have what's his face? Quartus. Who's playing his own game? Who's he working with? Is Quirtus working with Mardas? Yeah, I don't know. But we have many different people trying to gather Eris and use him. You also have Nacum, who needs him for some purpose. You also have, like, these are smaller, Cypherus in his way, using for his kid. You have Titus, he needs Eris. Anna eventually will too. I mean, every person's going to represent a certain thing that we go through in life of why one's needed. But I just don't have the connection with Quirtus right now. I don't know. I might somewhere. I'm trying to remember if I wrote anything about. Let me see if I can find. Ah, yes, this is what I was looking for that one time. Alright, well. Now this is old, so it's going to be hard to kind of connect it, but I'll try in the moment to connect it like it used to be. Okay, the chase from the Forgotten Fortress. This is kind of where Mardas is. Weirdly, I think I say that later. The chase from the Forgotten Fortress, Eris has an encounter with a Keeper Dweller, who leads him through the labyrinth. Now that's probably where you would have the... what's it called? Oh my gosh. That part I wrote about the Eris, the labyrinth, and the Keeper is like, fools we were, damn fools, you know, that one. He then vanishes. Eris comes up upon a sorcerer and his lackeys. After he escapes to find Alistar at the bridge, Alistar fires the arrows and hits the slot beings who consume the arrows. The Trollish. The Trollish is hit right in the throat. I don't know what a Trollish is, but apparently that's a thing. Upon going down the mountain, he gets mountain sickness first. Okay, the first main villain is the Slop King. And he is an agent of the Forgotten King. I guess he's... I don't know. I don't think he's an agent. And he's in... before he was created by him... This is the original idea. He's an agent of the Forgotten King. And he'll say to him, cryptically, he's growing stronger. To which Forgotten King takes notice of Eris. For the Forgotten King is on Dree. Angered in the fortress, a Slop Knight, his lair is the mucky, marshy, rocky marshlands. Harsh, carved rocks, the mud is sticky and holding. The undergrowth? What? Crikey, dude. We do know that the Slop King has taken over the production fields in Calendre, where the bearded pygmies were, the thin veil, right? He's taken over that. Oh my god. The happenings of that. So basically, he must be working, the Slop King, for the Whisper. Or under the guise of the Whisper, because I gotta keep remembering, the Whisper isn't the other side. It's not this side versus that side. The Whisper is just a feeling. It's fear. It's giving them these powers. Like, it's almost like the evil is the person that's before you, right? So with the Forgotten King, with the Slop King, he's not. He and Mardas are not on the side of the whisper, the promise. They are being manipulated by it, their fear, to consume power, which the power comes from the Forgotten King. So the Slop King needs the Forgotten King for his objective, to which he uses Mardas, to which Mardas needs the Slop King because he also has an objective too. Everyone's playing their own game. There is no evil side. The evil is within the holder. Each person has the evil. There is not the dark side. Now, you could argue that the Dark Army that's being created is that of the Slop King's doing, right? That's nothing to do with what's coming out of the ground that's following Iris. That is because of the Forgotten King that's not in control. So that's the first main thing that needs to be solved. To which that means, to solve that problem, you would have to... That would have to be the climax of book 1. Solve that problem, put it all to rest, and we think the book's over. That's what's going on. But that is not the main threat. That is just because Eris hasn't taken up the mantle, right? There is the power vacuum. That's how we could explain that. What the Slop King's doing with the Darken Army... No, because I've described them as such. They are the Dark Army. The corrupted ancestors. It has to be the Slop King doing all that against the Forgotten King. How would have Mardas set this all about? How would he have done that? I don't know. We have to find that connection between the Slop King, the foul, or sorry, the Defoul, half dead, and what's happening in Evol. So I know that was a curse raised by Freyden, by the Forgotten King. So that's what's happening behind them. But to go down there, unless the Slop King hasn't been there the whole time and he sees this, is where he can create this army and use it to his potential. I don't fucking know. God damn it, dude. You think you got it solved, and then another fucking question comes up. Well, let's see if I can fucking get to the right page here. Kalindre. The House of Life, the temple was not only a place of worship and teaching of God, but a teacher itself. It was a body that lay dormant away. Okay. It's the voice of life. We don't need that right now, but I'll mark it so I can fucking find it. Voice of life. The voice of life. Under Divinity and Wonder, apparently. But let's get back to typing. Maybe that will just... We have to figure this out. So we'll go back here. Why is the Slop King there? How is it talking is at the head of the production fields? How long has he must have done this in the time that served. Oh my god, I don't want to hear this garbage. It's commercial. So, I'm trying to think. Because that's the problem. We have to figure out... We have to figure out exactly how this is all to be. Wow, come on out, fucking fag. Yeah, it's like, okay, how is Slop King at the head of the production fields? How did this happen? How long has he been there? He must have done this in the time that the Conservative was planning the, taking a freight in. Yeah, again, they're all going to collide together in a massive pile, basically saying that all these separate forces are all colliding together, wanting this one fucking thing. Okay. Where are the ancestors? Ha ha ha. Yeah, this is where we're stuck right now. We don't quite know. What are we talking about here? What's going on? This is all to get Mardas' perspective. All of this shit. 31. But I don't know. Mardas is involved, but we end up talking about the Slop King. And is the Slop King, if we're talking about the Whisper being not necessarily a malevolent being of its own accord, but like a corruption to each individual person, that would make the darkness less of an understood threat and more of a, it could be in anywhere. And that works for it, but it's just hard for me to make sense of that with everything that I have written down and fucking planned, but I don't goddamn remember any of it. I don't remember a damn thing of fucking anything that I've made. I have it all written down in places, and I'm trying to be organized, and I'm looking, and I'm like, well, I still don't know where the hell it's at. It's really tough. But that is the fucking problem. It's this Slop King. Put him here because he was meant to be here. I found him there. I don't know how to make him make sense why he's there. How long he's been there. I know what it is. It's written down somewhere. In some random fucking place. The problem is I don't know where to find that. It could be in a journal that has nothing to do with it, but it says it exactly. Where was I talking about all this shit about Calendre and all that? That would fucking help if I could find that shit. Calendre. On the fucking pendant, that it happens to be Quinlan's and all that shit. Quinlan's somehow a part of all this. Good Christ, do I write myself in fucking corners all the time. Alright, let's see, this is the history. Syria. Saracens. Wars of the Keep, the Elyprian Seas, Bragos, mining, there's chapter rewrite, what's going on, priest, during the intervention of the ancient ones, Book 3, escape from Guyval Mountain by the hand of the sorcerer. The city is left. Okay, that's what I've already read. Mind of Cyprus. First draft rewrite. Anyway, fucking asshole. The trial of the bearded pygmy. What is the trial? The found pendant allows the wearer to hear the voices of the wall. Apparently this place is used by the fucking rebels. I don't know who those rebels are and how they have any connection to any of this. Stay from the shattered walls and do not let your curiosity blind your thoughts, was said. Finding the shattered walls, the opening of the darkness. Though they hid in shadows, their allure is great. This is for Anna, being that she is a sensitive. She basically can be a prophet. Untapped. Secret walker, one being that passes between the shadow walls, walks in and out of the darkness, one that threads light and dark, confused yet sane. Alright. We have this place, and we have it imagined in our head. Somehow, the fucking grand story of all is connected to this situation. The Slop King is somehow in direct connection to this. Calendre, the place that was long forgotten, the realm of the bearded pygmy. a place that was held dear to the ones who protected the mind and vision of God, or as they would call him, the Creator. The great trust God put into the pygmy was well seen when they were allowed access into his mind as the curators and protectors of the place. But we do know that it was the Forgotten King who made the bearded pygmy and put them in this place to safeguard it. We know that they have fallen to darkness. I think it was told in the story of the Titans. I'm finding it, hold on. It was the story of the Forgotten King. I'm trying to remember where I put that. Story of History of Adrona. That would be in history. Let's look in one of the fucking files and see if maybe Kevin's story, Escape from Glendray, History of Adrona. I'm trying to remember where I wrote all this. Magic of Atria, Cordis' backstory. Jeez, he's got like a couple page story about his backstory. Right, so that's a fucking thing. Separatists, Nathan's backstory, Forgotten King, and Thought. Oh, that was the Forgotten King's mind happening. Yeah, I don't need that. I need the Forgotten Journals. That's what it fucking was. I don't even know if I ever printed that. It could be half the problem. I never printed it. I think it's in here. It's Elders, Titan, King Keepers, the Keepers, Spiritual Beings of the Flame. Okay, the Keepers, we're not talking about Keepers right now. What happened here? Journal 2, what the fuck? What happened to the journals? Oh, fuck. Shit. That's not good. Oh no. Legend, I think that was... Yeah, the Titans. What happened to all that shit? Let me see if I can, I'm gonna go grab my laptop and see if it's in there. We have to get to the bottom of this. Because if we don't, then we're never gonna figure this out. So, let's find it. Okay. I'm in. Put a word. Alright, what was I writing? I was doing that. Escape from Calendray. There was discovered forgotten legend. Forgotten journals. I think something happened to that file. I was going to say, that's not true coffee. Yes, it is. I just made it. Journal 1. I think it is deleted. What happened? What happened to all the other shit? Why is Journal 2? Why does it stop there? Did I put that somewhere else? I don't know where that went. Seriously, what the fuck happened to it? I've read it out in one of my recordings. I don't really remember which one it was that I read that out. No. I'm trying to think. I'll have to find out to listen to it and go to that one, because that has it in there. I don't know how, but it got deleted in here, and I don't know if I did that because I put it somewhere else. I don't remember doing any of that. Where would I have put that? And when did I do that? I don't know. Got the book. What's that? Chapter 1. Okay, that's not what I want. June 7-11. The Monarchs. Tortoise being a hunter. Shit, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think. Separate document 2. Did I put it in religion? Do not know. What was discovered was this sucks, man. I'm gonna pause it so I don't like waste a bunch of fucking time. I fucking found it. Okay. And you know what's hilarious? I don't know why I was looking for this. So, the confusion between Mardas, the prophet, and his relationship with the Slap King is a confusing one. Whatever. For at many times he can be seen as one person. Now, is he the conduit for the Slap King? This is a question that has gone unanswered for far too long, so we will comb through everything we know about the man. That's what we're doing now. Trying to find why the fuck I was even doing this. I don't remember. But I did find it. To which I need to print this. So let's fuck print. Print every fucking page. Less space. Oh, dude, it's in that fucking Bluetooth thing. Don't cancel. Fuck face. Just let it do its fag thing. This is frustrating as fuck today. Turn back on. Bluetooth is doing something. Anyway, file, print. Okay, print pages. Where's that at? Don't print 13 and 12. How do I do that? How do I do that? 1 through 11. Print. Bitch. Thing is, I got too much shit on this desk. Alright. We're going to get this all printed out. It's going to be nice and cute, and we're going to move forward. Let's do that so it's got space. We're going to need ink after this one, I guarantee you. We're almost there. Just one more turn. I bet there's only one page left. Did it. Okay, coolio. Let's fucking do this. Where would that go? I don't know. Anyway. I'm gonna take a break because I'm just getting all worked up and pissed off. Oh, shit. When we come back, going to figure out the Slop King. But I just wish I remember what I was looking this all up for and why I did all this. What the fuck was I trying to do? Anyway, I'll be back. Alright, I believe I found it. What I was looking for, hopefully. The Bearded Pygmy. Now, when the Forgotten King returned to the Land of Life, or Yuandra, he set about making his own people that were in the image of he. And while the Anaku and other beings were rising from the forest of Trinity, did the king enter the forest to create man. To which after he did, he set up his dominion and spread his people throughout the forest, for they had no strength to leave the perpetual darkness. It was then that the keeper guardians saw, or not even keepers, the other kings, saw to what the king was doing and forbade him to free the people of the forest, stating that they must never leave the dark. At this time began his distrust of the other kings. Quietly the whisper began to grow within him, shaping his mind, though he still followed the orders as they believed. Oh Christ, hold on, where did I write that at? Those are the Bearded Pygmy he made. What is this? I have a tendency to do that, like, this is what it's about, and I read it and like, it's not about that at all. Why did you lie? Yeah. Oh god, I'm such a fucking asshole. Alright. Basically the Bearded Pygmy were there to safeguard in that realm the passage of life. And that became corrupted. When the Forgotten King destroyed the other kings, one of the kings went down there and slowly grew, and that was the fucking bearded, or that was shit. I forgot his name. The Slop King. Now there was the head bearded pigman. I forgot his name, but he works for the Slop King. So the problem that we're facing right now is connecting this Slop King to what the hell's going on, and why, and is it his army of darkness that's rising? Possibly. It could wipe, you know, it could very well be that. But I don't really know. Well. Let's see what we were writing here. It's sad that life has become commercials, isn't it? It's fucking sad. It's like we can't just be separate now. We have to have this fag tell me, do you want to have this? Do you want to buy that? Do you want to buy this? No, I don't want to fucking buy anything. If I do, I will buy. You don't need to tell me what to buy. I'm not a fucking douchebag like everyone else. It just is like, well, tell me what to get. I guess I do want that. Yeah, that's cool. No, fuck you. Anyway, the Whisperer begged him a question. Do you wish lost? Yes. Then alright, there it is. That's what it is right there. Slop King was cursed to inhabit in his grotesque body, and he slithered to the lowest place on Yuandra. It was there that he grew and was found by the Whisper, who begged him the question, do you wish to regain the power that was lost? For which the Slop King responded, yes. Then pledge your fealty to me and raise me an army that will rule over Yuandra. Okay? That's his game. That's what he's doing. If that's what he's doing, that means it was here. Yes. Okay, I'll talk about it. I'm going to join the... All right, all right. I mean, it's really jumbly and really quick, but I had to get it out. So he pledges fealty to him. It was here that he began to search out through the realms of voice, realms of voice, kind of like echo, to find mages to help him with his bidding. He would later find Mardas. Mardas was full of potential and vigor when he joined the Abeco College when he was young. He sought the unraveling of the chains of time, and even the trapping of the Forgotten King. Through the years, he would gain true understanding in these fields, but when one day he was charged to lead an expedition into what was believed to be the Realm of Passage, it was there that he became lost to the Slop King. I gotta figure out when that happened. This could be the same expedition that was talked about when Quinlan was thought to have been on. That thing that I said where that Quinlan's pendant was found. Was he on that expedition? Was this before the break between Serpentine and the Beckel College? Was it before that break? And so they had the Serpentine. Did they join forces or no? Maybe Quinlan wasn't a part of the Serpentine Order at this time. I don't know yet. They were met by the last of the Bearded Pygmy and the Lost Clans, which, the Lost Clans were having infighting and all that stuff. Mardas lost his expeditionary force. And was trapped by the Slop King. Slowly was he turned into the decrepit old man that seeks now the power to return his vigor and to find the lost secrets of time. He's looking... immortality. He might be looking for power and immortality. Oops, journals as well. He's just looking for knowledge. Who could help him with that? The promise of the Slop King. The Slop King's trying to raise the army. Why does he need to do that? Because that's what Whisperer wants. He's got Mardas. Mardas, I need you to help me. Maybe somehow he forms a connection with Mardas, and Mardas can leech off of Freyden. To which Freyden has his agenda, and he's just like, I'll just do whatever the fuck this guy's doing because we just need his power. How does he return to court, to the college, to Abeco, where they're like, wow, where'd you go? He could have made up any story. I think that could be it. I think that's what's going on. That's what's happening right now. But I don't know. I think we're answering the question that was originally placed. We're getting there. So we know that Mardas aided Freyden in the vanquishing of the Murph Rebellion, but what was his gain in this? We know that Gynaxis has some sort of dark history to his rise to power as well. He might be looking to snuff out Freyden as well. So maybe he was working with the Serpentine Order. Gynaxis was. Let me write that down. Power corrupts. Okay. God estimated work with the Serpentine Order to allow this intervention to happen so that he may find himself power. That's the idea that... so I had 2 points. I was going to say, well, either Freyden was looking out for the best interests of what's his face? Freyden, or he was trying to snuff him out. And I'm like, well, this is a fucking story that people want to be interesting, so no, he's not looking out for his best interests. He's just like, fuck this guy, I want to have this power. He's my... Could he be a grandson? Could he be a cousin? Or I don't really know right now. That's a bit much to ask to figure all that out. So maybe he was working with the Serpentine Order. Now, I do remember talking about that woman that was working there who was supplying them the bodies. I don't know, the monarchs. She was working with Quartus. So we have Quartus injected in this situation too, to which why the fuck did he kind of walked away from the Serpentine Order and is now a separate entity? Who is he working for? It might be the Whisper. The promise came to him, and now he's kind of working on that side too, which would mean that possibly he is also on the side of the Slop King. That's why it's like maybe he's leading, maybe not Quartus, but Anvir is leading Eris to the Slop King. To where Freyden is. Maybe Freyden... Maybe that's who Freyden hired... sorry, not Freyden. I always get them mixed up. Maybe Mardas hired Quartus to kill Freyden. But instead... Because first of all, that would stop the Serpentine Order, who are trying to destroy the Whisper and the Forgotten King. So the Whisper... Okay, sorry. The Serpentine Order looked to grab Freyden for their purposes to destroy the Forgotten King and the Whisper, right? Quartus, working for Mardas, who is working for the Slop King, is trying to stop that from happening. They are under the total control of the Whisper. Now, the game that Gynasus is playing is he's trying to fill the power vacuum because the power wants power. He wants to have this total control because he can be a prophet himself. Also a monarch. He thinks, he believes. And so with all this shit going on, everyone's trying to grab something for their own purpose. Because I have to make a clear distinction that everyone's got their own intent. Everyone has their own idea of what they're trying to accomplish, and who thinks they're on the right side, and everyone's got a game that they're fucking playing. Because everyone loves that intrigue shit. Well, I got to make it like that happening. So you have the voice of life doing what she wants to do on her path. You have Gynasus, and you basically, let's just say it's the Slop King with trickle-down effects of Mardas and Quartus. Those are 3 different movements, each doing their own thing. Now, we could say Gynasus might have also been, what's the word I'm looking for? Corrupted by the Whisper. I don't know yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there very slowly. Let's see. So it's a taint in the chantry. That's what Gynaesis is a part of. That's kind of what's going on. We can explore that later, but just understand that that is something that's going on inside the chantry. It is not the chantry itself that's looking to do these things of darkness. It is the problem that has arisen within that. So when we are going to jump to the Slop King, we understand that he's doing the bidding of the Whisper, to which he is using Mardas to accomplish this. Now Mardas is using what's his face? Mardas is using Cordis. All these fucking names. I think we got that down. Trying to figure out where I should put it. Forgotten King? Yeah. Alright. This is going to return us. So now. Why was he helping Freydin? Why was Mardas helping Freydin? He returned to the Chantry after a long exile and corruption with the Slop King. He was said to have betrayed the bearded pygmy and their demise. I was here. I felt that Mardas was who would do loving to the arts astral. Oh, this is part of... Okay. He returned to the Chantry after long exile and corruption by the Slop King. Unknown. He was said to have learned the truth of the bearded pygmy. He's like, it took me many years, but I've learned, I wouldn't say he was gone for 100 fucking years, but I would say he was gone for like at least 10. We thought you died, It was here that they felt Mardas was a very powerful mage and would do well to be trained in the arts of the astral. This was part of his scheme all along. He was then sent to School of the He was then sent to the School of the Prophets. And in time became the... You know what's funny about Speedway? I'm not going to go to you anymore now. And in time became the underling of Gynaesis. A story of the Betrayal. Who was... Okay. He was then sent to the school of the prophets, and in time became the underling of Dionysus. A story of betrayal. He was led on that perhaps Dionysus was looking to become the next Walker. He would slowly realize this. Mardas was being groomed to aid him, Dionysus. But when it was discovered that it would be Freydin, then Mardas took this opportunity to help the old headmaster. Eliminate Freydin. Eliminate Dionysus. He wanted to help eliminate Freydin, but he also told Freydin that he was going to eliminate Dionysus. So, basically, Freydin represents Caesar. When he returned from the miracles, he looks to use the opportunity capture of all under his rule. Freydin represents Caesar, and when he returns to the Merfolk, he looks to use the opportunity to capture of all under his rule. Now, the problem is, what the fuck is Mardas doing that for? Well, he's helping Mardas. Mardas is helping the Slop King. Slop King promised him power. What is the Slop King wanting him to do? Why is and this is where I'm going to stop, because I can't go any farther here without losing my mind. Why is limiting Freydin or Dionysus helper to the Slop King? And what does the Slop King want in all this? I don't fucking know. What does the Slop King want in all this? So we're going to end it here. That's hilarious. That's 122. That's where we're going to have to begin next. What does the Slop King want? What is his goal? I mean, we do know that the Slop King needs the consciousness of man so he can activate. Okay, he needs man's consciousness and all that. It's something to do with that. But we'll stop here. And we'll figure it out. We'll see where we're going from there. Until next time, I guess. Quick ending, abrupt ending, but I don't know. Maybe I should get a little bit of sleep before I go to work.